What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Ria and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Exciting episode today, all right? There's a lot going on online. We have a great episode. How are we feeling this morning?
I feel great. I don't know. I feel like I played. I feel like I was on the court. I feel like I was courtside myself at Game 4. I woke up. I'm not in Manhattan, so not that I have like anything in my wardrobe, but I was like, this is as close as I got. This is a Mount Joy at MSG t-shirt. I was like, okay, like
that plays.
It's the colors. It's MSG. It plays. So I'm feeling festive. I couldn't sleep. I think I got like limited. I was glued to my phone. I couldn't put it down. There was a new video every time I would refresh Twitter, Instagram. There's a new video. I couldn't have been more locked in.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Comeback for the ages. Biggest in NBA history. My man with the muscles. OG. You guys know it. I've been saying it all week. I've been talking about his muscles all week. I've been texting you guys. I just keep calling him okay muscles. And there he was. He came through, a little tap, tap. All he had to do was give a little tap, tap because he's just got such big muscles that was that was enough, And I've been saying that all week privately, and I'm ready to talk about it publicly.
I'm also ready to say that I feel like you have a relationship to OG like you do with Giancarlo Stan.
Yeah, I love him. I really do. I've been texting about him all week. And then last night during the game, I got to be honest, I was like, I am falling in love with this team. Like in a way that I was falling in love with off campus. I am falling in love with this team. I'm like, oh my God, their muscles are crazy. I actually got...
Having it be the muscles is what is so funny.
No, it's so funny. No,
because objectively they all have muscles.
No, they all do. I'm really joking around, but it's like the heart of the team. And that's not a Josh Hart pun because my guy kind of fucked up a bunch of times last night. But although he came in with a great defensive play at the end for them to really seal the victory, he really made up for it because my God, would he be up? I'd be up for the rest of my life if I was him, if they lost that game. You got your moment. Nobody's around and you miss it. Like that was just
Larry David doing like a full like Larry David collapse. Was so funny. I've never seen so much emotion from Larry David in my life.
It was amazing. We were just eating it up while watching. It was so fun to watch. I'm so excited. Everyone's so excited. New York is just... oh my God, the energy is amazing right now. Obviously, there are a couple of assholes that are ruining it for the rest of the fans by acting extremely shitty. There's no reason to be throwing things. It's the most disgusting thing ever to be like throwing things at Wemby, throwing things at anybody on a team is fucking vile behavior. You just don't do that. People are fighting in the streets and don't ruin it for the other people. Don't ruin it for the fans that have been fans their entire lives and have waited for this moment and are just like having joy and fun and happiness, high-fiving. A$AP Rocky is skipping down the street. I was smiling so hard at my phone watching A$AP Rocky skipping. Yeah. I saw comments by celebs posted on their story. Men are skipping in the streets again. Everything is good.
So like, don't ruin it for the girly pops and who are blasting Long Live by Taylor Swift in the West Village and singing at the top of their lungs. Like, the videos have been so great. Around like West 10th, West 10th and close to 7th, I think, I don't know the full details, but I think that this is where it originated, is like these kids in their apartment opened up their windows and got on the fire escape and put a projector on the fire escape and have been projecting the game on the side of the building across the street, on like the brick building across the street. And every game there's been more and more people who have just been standing in the streets and watching. And game 4, oh my God, the entire block filled with people, just like wall to wall people in that area, which is just so much fun because it's just like the best area regardless. And seeing everybody react, just like, so it was
so
incredible.
Cool. It really is. I mean, seeing all the videos and everyone just being brought together by it.
We're not in the mix. I was not in Manhattan. Like my husband is there. I was very happy for him to get into the mix, but we both like went out to the beach a little early this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I was cracking up because I just came over to my mother-in-law's and was like, all right, it's me and you, like we're watching. And then at the end, it was just us like jumping up and down, being like, oh my God, yay.
Yeah. It's so fun no matter where you're watching. I think, listen, I'm hoping they win, obviously, on Saturday, but Tuesday night, I'm watching in the city. I want to be a part of it. I want to be a part of history.
Wanna be a part of it.
New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to be a part of it. So we'll see.
Well,
but
we should go do something.
Yeah, we do have other plans Tuesday night.
We do.
We do. So I'm thinking
we do. If we have like a work obligation, but I think I think timing wise, we have plenty of time.
Exactly. So I was gonna say that to you. So we should definitely go out after and watch. But hoping they win on Saturday, obviously.
Exactly. Knicks in 5.
Yes, exactly. Just so much fun. But obviously, Celebrity Row popping off. I think we're going to talk all about that. We got to get into it more than ever. We have a whole list here, but I think we have to obviously start off. Taylor Swift reports that she was going to the game. Everyone's fired up. She shows up with the Haim sisters. They're wearing, these punny shirts. We got Taylor wearing Stevie Nicks. Then they were wearing Nickelback and Nicole Kidman. Mariska, who is seated next to Taylor, which if you know, Taylor's cat is named after her character, Olivia Benson.
Yep.
So everything was coming full circle. Then she got a Stevie Nicks shirt on. And watching them, they were so excited throughout the whole game. And especially when, I think they were down 20 points at this point, and they're still dancing every time they score. Like they were still excited to see them score, even though a lot of people were losing the wind in their sails, watching them get blown out by 29 points at one point.
Exactly. And that's why I think a lot of people thought, this could come back to bite them. Is a clip of Taylor dancing courtside. They're still down by 22 points, but she was in it. And I texted you guys. I said, look, I can recognize when the girls are at MSG and they're drinking double vodka sodas. Okay?
Yes.
Because MSG makes a mean double vodka soda. That thing is strong. And it looked like there were, multiple rounds. Mm-hmm. So I think those girls were feeling no pain and were enjoying themselves and really enjoying themselves. I actually saw, I think it was maybe Betches or someone post like, what if this is night 1 of Taylor's Bachelorette? And I went, wow.
You know what? It kind of felt like she was maybe doing a walkthrough at MSG. Like the game 4 was her walkthrough.
Yeah.
It was so fun to see. And then, then we're getting all the little side quests, right? You see Scooter and Sydney sitting a couple rows back, and you just see them in the video.
Cinema.
You know Kylie Jenner is down on the same row. Are they going to interact? And we did. We got a video of Taylor and Kylie hugging. They said hi to each other. They hugged. They did the classic. When you run into somebody and
you just have to say hi.
You have to say hi, but there might be that underlying awkward tension. So you kind of throw out like that was so crazy. This is nuts, right? And then you just keep it moving. Like so perfect, quintessential, awkward run-in, but happy. Like I don't think there's any beef there with the Jenners. I think
bad blood.
Yep. Ooh. Noah so badly wishes he got that pun in. That was a good one. Yep. But I think that's not the beef. And so I think it's great that they say hi to each other and everyone's happy and they looked happy to see each other. I thought it was a good video.
They did. And you know what? I'm going to live in the world where I watch a video and I think, this is so nice. I don't want any underlying passive aggressiveness. I'm like, that was a genuine hug. Nature is healing. The Knicks are bringing everyone together.
Yes.
The impossible is happening. Who knows who could be at the next game they're hugging. But no, you're absolutely right. It's one of those things, especially at a sporting event. It's like, it's such an easy out of having something to talk about. Like there's no if it's awkward, there's no oh my God, what am I going to say if I have to say hi? It's like, well, you go, why? What a crazy game.
It was the perfect game for this to happen at. Because
exactly.
This was insane. You don't even have to ask how they are. There's no how are you. It's like, we're talking about the game.
Nair is the award-winning #1 hair removal brand. you can discover their sensational fragrances, which, they smell amazing. You can feel that silky smooth skin for days longer than shaving. And if you shave less, you'll glow more. Shaving can be so annoying. Nair makes it so easy, especially now that we're in the summer months and maybe you're in a bathing suit a lot and you're just worried about those pesky hairlines. Nair has you covered. You can get fast, smooth skin in as little as 3 minutes. It's easy to use, no nicks, cuts, or bumps. When you're rushing in the shower and you're shaving and you cut yourself and then you're bleeding, it's just, it couldn't be more annoying. Nair makes a blade-free hair removal for all skin types. It is dermatologist tested, so you can get ready for pool time and shave less, glow more. Find Nair at all major retailers.
On top of that, by the way, there's so many. We'll get into further with Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez and all of that, what was happening online. But there were so many videos of Timothée Chalamet that are genuinely just killing me. I can't stop watching them. He is in the streets taking his shirt off. His pants are falling to the ground. He's grabbing microphones out of people's hands, screaming at the top of his lungs. He is like, Kylie's twirling through the Knicks dancers. They are just having the time of their lives. Ben Stiller right now, I know that there's been a lot of talk about him filming constantly. He's currently filming a documentary on his phone, which I think is incredibly cool, especially if you are documenting last night's game. This is gonna be quite the documentary.
This is turning into billion-dollar footage. Yes. Don't lose that phone. I hope he's backing up this footage.
Right. He better have a lot of backups on there.
he better be backing up this footage because, my God, this man can't afford to lose his phone right now.
I hope he's using iCloud because
he's getting all the footage everybody want. I mean, the whole thing was incredible. Kylie and Timothée showing up in matching chrome hearts was top notch. I love when they do a coordinated outfit. They do it so well. And I also love that I feel like invested into him being a fan. It's so fun seeing all of the people crowding around Timothée. He's taking his shirt off. He's jumping up and down. But then the camera pans and Kylie's phone out, also trying to film him, just being trying to get in the mix too. And I'm like, oh, they're just having so much fun. And yeah, Ben Stiller's probably got the footage of all of them too, right in Taylor Swift's face.
He did. He tweeted it out. The video from his phone, and it was so sick. I love watching him. And, he was interviewed after, and they were like, there are people who jumping on the bandwagon, but you've been a lifelong fan. And, how long have you had season tickets? He's like, I actually don't have season tickets, but I'm given the tickets because they know I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I love seeing how happy he is. He said that him and his wife went home after the last game, burned their clothes. He was like, I will never wear that shirt again. I'm just eating all of it up. I love watching everyone hug.
I get.
I mean, Jordan came through with that bag. That bag is back.
Thank God.
And I think that it's all in that motherfucking bag because
that fucking orange ostrich hair bag, whatever the fuck it is, it is really what a good luck charm. Mm-hmm. They tried to do it with the shoes and it didn't work. Mm-hmm. And the bag had to come back and it made all the difference. Mm-hmm. It really did.
I love seeing her and Kylie jumping together and being happy. I mean, everything that happened is really, it's so sad how everything went down and that they were literally inseparable. So to be able to see them be in this moment together and hugging and be so happy is so much fun. I love seeing the videos, them running up to each other, and it feels like they're almost like kids again, it goes back to the time when they were just so close. And on top of that, we had some people in suites, Hailey Bieber, Tate McRae, Jake Shane, they were all in a suite together. Kevin Jonas was in the same,
and the Giants.
Kevin Jonas was in the same suite as all of them. I think they were all in the same suite. He posted, he was so excited, which was awesome. But then we got something was happening on Selena Gomez's Instagram, which was it didn't really make a ton of sense of what was happening. She posted on her story, which is now deleted, but Fran got the screenshot. She wrote, "Mad respect for the game. Congrats to the peeps that represent. What a comeback." So funny how some are all of a sudden fans though, LOL. So we're just like, girl, why is this happening right now? Who are you shading? What is this to?
When I opened the story, I opened it it had been up for 30 minutes. And I screenshotted like all of it because I was like, boy, is she going to delete this when she wakes up? It's just like, you know what's happening. And there's so many times when you're just like, oh, Selena, this is why you don't have your phone. Like,
right. Like this is why somebody needs to take her password.
Well, you can tell when Selena's posting herself and you're like, she's got her phone. And they're filming Only Murders in London right now. It seemed like she was maybe up late. I don't know. She was just sleep posting or what was going on. She then posted a old throwback picture of her in a Spurs jersey. She is a Spurs fan. She is from Texas. She wrote, happy for New York, but my heart breaks just a little LOL. It's okay. I'm happy for the teams. Thanks for giving us some great games at NBA. But she didn't tag the NBA. Like, she just wrote at NBA, but it's not clickable. Like, she didn't click.
And then she commented on MTV's post of Taylor with Mariska and then the Haim sisters and just wrote LOL. So everyone was like, okay, wait. Here's the thing. Is there a world where she genuinely saw those pictures and thought they were funny and was like, whoa, these are funny pictures? Absolutely. But I don't use LOL like that unless I'm being shady, right? Unless you're my parents, I don't think you're responding just LOL.
Yeah,
because I feel like and maybe she does, but it's a misread on her part to comment that because I feel like if she genuinely thought it was funny, comment LOL, I love this. Haha, this is so funny. When somebody just comments just LOL, it's immediately taken out of context as shade, right?
Yeah, 100%. It like comes off sarcastic. I feel like, I tried to put myself in this position where I was like, and maybe I'd have to be more, of a football comparison.
Would you be shading me on your Instagram story? That's what the comparison is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but it's like if I was a lifelong Spurs fan and you in this new form Knicks fandom, you're courtside, you're going to the games, you're rocking, and my team's losing, maybe you're just a little butthurt and you're posting like,
Fran, you're just like, you're taking this more about Taylor Swift than it's not a shot at Hailey Bieber.
Well, we're going to get into that. I don't think this is a shot at Hailey Bieber. I actually don't think it's a shot at Hailey Bieber at all. Like not even,
that's my
not even a little bit.
When I see that story.
No, I actually think it has nothing to do with Hailey. There was like one picture of Hailey Bieber. I don't think Selena even realized Hailey Bieber was there.
Yeah, I think that the comment on that page is weird to throw that in. But here's the thing, Fran. You would get on this podcast and banter with me about it, or not even on the pod, like in real life, we'd be bantering. You wouldn't post on your Instagram story like shading me, like funny how you're a fan all of a sudden, but like not tag me. Like if you were gonna joke with me like that, you would tag me on the Instagram story, being like, funny how you're a fan all of a sudden at Ria. Like,
no, I know.
That's why I don't know. I feel like sometimes she gets online and posts these things that like she doesn't even think that people are going to take out of context, and then they do. Yeah, and it's like, come on,
Yeah, no, absolutely. You wake up or whatever. Then she posted that she only got like 3 hours of sleep and she was back on set, the whole thing. So I don't know. I think it's either like, you think you're being funny or you're just like, haha, whatever. Because, then Taylor was getting shit because it's like, she's not even a Knicks fan. Like they were saying it even on the Knicks radio, got caught being like, what is she doing here? Taylor's been I'm sure she put herself in the extremely casual fan category, but it's not like she hasn't gone to Knicks games before. It's not like she hasn't lived in New York. It's not like she loves New York. She fucking loves New York.
Right.
And there was an era where she was going to a lot of Knicks games.
Right. I don't understand. Like, just Google Taylor Swift Knicks and you'll see that she's been at a bunch of games in the past, has repped them, has worn their jersey. Like, I don't, this is just one of those non-issues that people want to make into an issue for no fucking reason. Why
just
can't
people
complain
because it's Taylor?
Right. And it's like,
and by the way, now it's coming back around because now they're like, Tate Voodoo, they won.
Right.
So all these guys are like, I fucking love Taylor Swift.
Right. It's just like ridiculous. Like, who gives a shit? Just let her go to the game and have fun. I'm sure there's a ton of people at the game. I mean, a lot of them are fans, but I'm sure there's a ton of people at the game that didn't give a shit. If I had a chance to go to the game, I'd be going to the game, and everyone knows I didn't give a shit last week. So like, it is what it is. They just want to pick on her. It's stupid, but she was having a great time. And then, more celebrities. We had Larry David, which we talked about. So much fun seeing him, his reactions, the most emotion you're going to see from him. I loved hearing Shaq going, I don't like him. He tripped me. Like, oh God.
So funny.
I love that.
Did you see the clip of someone trying to like go up and high five him, and he was like, no.
Yeah, he was like, I love it.
Get that away from me.
You had Jerry Seinfeld, you had Chris Rock. We talked about Ben Stiller. The celebrities were endless at this game.
Yeah.
And
you know
as people who love pop culture, we are into that aspect of it all.
Into it from all aspects, really. It's just, it couldn't have been a better intersection of everything that we love, because yes, it has all the celebrities, but then it was maybe the craziest game in NBA Finals history. So you're just so locked in for so many reasons. Mariska jumping into Rick Brunson's arms at the end of the game, like her walking around looking like she was just electrocuted was sneaky my favorite part of the end of the game. Her hair's all over the place, and it just looked like she was walking around like staring and just like she was like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. She's just totally stunned. She crashed the Inside the NBA set. Like, they're doing their show. She's behind them. She's like trying to say hi to all of them. She's just like, I was dying. I was like, she is cracking me up. Just full blown, like in a daze. She was probably the last one to leave MSG. Like, she might still be there.
It was so fun to watch her, and they have had she's had a relationship with a couple guys on the team for a while now, and she's always there supporting them, which is super cool. I can't get enough of watching the videos of everybody. Like they didn't want to leave. Nobody wanted, you have the most famous people in the room, and nobody wants to leave. They all want to be a part of it. And as for the game, just incredible stuff. I mean, my God, Noah, how were you feeling during the game when they were up by almost 30 points?
It's just like at some point you think, or everyone is like, they're not going to be able to come back. But just in the back of your mind, I was like, I could see this happen. It's just like you watch it unfold and you're just like, how are they letting this happen? Like, credit to the Knicks, obviously. But I think most people would like admit, like, the Spurs, like, this is on the Spurs. Like, what were they doing? Like,
absolutely.
They scored 30 points in the second half. Yeah, then Fox, like, I actually almost feel bad for Fox, the amount that he's like never going to live this down. But like, those were some of the dumbest plays I've ever seen.
Wemby had a terrible fourth quarter too. I saw a tweet of all the,
but it's
of
like
all this missed shots, missed free throws.
Wemby had some bad moments too, but then it all goes back to the coach, where people are saying, where it's like he ended up playing more in the third quarter than he did in the previous game. And then people are like, he was so tired at the end. And it's like, what? I don't know. That was terrible coaching.
Yeah.
But it was a crazy game. I don't know. Like, if I was an actual Spurs fan, I don't know how I could go on. Like, I couldn't go. I was like speechless. And I'm not even like, I was just rooting against the Knicks, but like, I'm not a Spurs fan.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, I imagine it's similar to how the Falcons felt with the Patriots. Yeah. Like, it's when you are up so much, it's just your game to.
It's just also
lose.
like, this is the second game of the series where they lost the game because of a dumb mistake at the end. Like, so. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think it's also because of that Eastern Conference final game where they came back in the fourth quarter. It kind of made everyone believe like they could do it. It's like not impossible. Like, when they were down, I put a Knicks money line bet in after the first quarter because I was like, I don't know. I just feel like they feel like a team of destiny. I'm like, they might be down, but I just have a feeling anything could happen, especially at MSG. It was like you saw them do it already. And
no, this gave me deja vu to last year where the Celtics lost 2 games to the Knicks that they were up by 20 both games. It's like, I don't know why the Knicks like are so good at coming back from giant.
Yeah. Yeah. So. I know.
Awesome.
I have watched that tip, and from like every possible angle, the photos are so sick. Like the overhead one that the Knicks posted. Oh my God. Like, frame that, put that on every billboard in New York. It was like the coolest thing ever.
Has to get Finals MVP. Like, a lot of people are saying Brunson's going to get it. Like, he shouldn't. Like, OG should
No.
get.
I mean, he missed that shot. That was
It's so. I think it's so dependent on Game 4 and Game 5. And I mean, look, they're right. Like all the players are like, hey, like it's not over. We haven't won anything yet, which is so fair because I saw some people being like, our Knicks fans celebrating too much right now. I was like, you didn't win.
Guys, how funny would it be? How funny would it be?
No, it actually wouldn't be funny. I would feel
wouldn't be funny at all.
I would feel so bad for them. It was so funny watching OG be asked about how he felt, and he was like, "It's pretty cool.
It's cool.
I'm excited. People are excited, but they're just focused that you can't get that excited until you win it all because you really, just like this game, you just never know what can happen."
Yeah, exactly. Seeing Kat just look up this guy's who's so emotional.
By the way,
he played his ass off.
Kat actually saved the game at the end.
Yeah,
he tipped that pass.
He tipped that pass. He played his ass off. Early foul trouble. It's funny, the narrative shifts when the Knicks win, of course, but there were some crazy calls at the beginning of that game.
There were some crazy. I texted Fran. I said,
crazy calls.
Crazy.
Let them play, man.
Yeah, just let them play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're going to be locked in. Wemby got another flagrant, so that's something to keep an eye on. Like he's accumulating those points because it's like if he gets another, I think he's suspended a game.
Yeah, he's suspended if he gets another. I did like that he tapped, he actually took the blame for that one and tapped Kat on the back.
I texted my family and I was like, I actually do think that one was accidental. Like he's got
that was definitely
he's got freakishly long arms.
Mm-hmm.
The shove to the back of Brunson's head to the ground that wasn't called was probably worse than that one. So, no, but what a time to be alive. Truly, I live
30 blocks from MSG, and they were I'm on the 17th floor of my building, and right when the game ended, I heard screaming in the streets.
It was crazy by where I live. I'm not that far from MSG, and Joe was telling me about everyone kind of coming down 7th Ave and outside of our office looked like it was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So
you see Iman Shumpert was just walking through
you know
7th
what?
Ave.
I love that he was wearing a Shumpert jersey. I actually appreciated that. I'm gonna wear my own jersey and walk.
That would
the same with
notice me.
Meta World Peace was wearing a World Peace jersey as well.
I love it. He's like,
I can't imagine the amount of people who were behind him being just saw the Shumpert jersey and and then you walk by him and you're like, wait, that's actually him.
Yeah. You know what? I'm also so happy for everybody that got to go to that game. Because your feelings change so much. You're like, oh God, you're seeing people so excited. And then you're like, oh my God, you're thinking of the people that are there and are getting the tickets. Being there for that moment, once in a lifetime, worth every cent that I'm sure they paid to get in the door.
Absolutely. And if you left early, God, I don't know how many people are leaving early when they pay that much to go, but if you left early, oh my God, are you fucking killing yourself?
My friend's husband left early. But he thinks he's a bad luck charm. Every time he goes, they lose.
Okay.
And I said, okay, let's think about a reverse. If he stayed, they probably would have lost.
Okay, we'll give it to him. I'm just saying he has to be kicking himself a little bit.
No. And my Madeline's on a bachelorette right now, and they're on a trip. She had a chick that they had a catered dinner. Caterer made her a chicken cutlet at halftime.
Smart move.
I said, Madeline, send me the timestamp of when you had the chicken cutlet.
Ria, on Saturday, I'm going to be making my own chicken cutlet for the Spurs.
Nah, not happening. I'm blocking off the kitchen.
Don't worry, I don't know how.
I was going to say, he can't cook a chicken cutlet. Please.
Oh my God.
Good luck.
All right, let's get into the rest of the episode. We're going to talk about quickly some Summer House stuff, and then we have a great interview with Ashlyn Harris, and we have a great game of trivia. So let's just move on to Summer House. Before we get into the drama, we need to talk about the thing that is keeping everyone's lives organized right now, and that is Microsoft 365 Copilot. What if you could add an AI assistant to your work without leaving your workflow built into Microsoft Word, Excel, and Outlook, Copilot works where you work, helping you do more in the apps you already use. In Word, Copilot helps turn scattered notes into a first draft. In Excel, it generates insights from your data. And in Outlook, it cuts through the noise to get you up to speed faster. The apps you know go further with Copilot. Learn more at m365copilot.com/work. So we discussed the part 3 reunion of Summer House. We thought it was over. We thought we were wrapping up this chapter. And they left something out of the screener that they sent us. It was a trailer for a bonus episode next week, Summer House Aftermath, which to me, I got to be completely honest, means nothing because they were just in Italy this week.
Right.
You see a trailer of Kyle and West talking. West says he's loved who I think is Amanda for a very, very long time. Where was that energy at the reunion? He didn't say any of that.
Yeah.
And then you see Lindsay talking with Amanda and telling her that West said that Amanda was obsessed with him. She's like, he said that. That's not what happened. But everything goes out the window because they were just in Italy this past week. So it's like, really, what does it even matter how Amanda responds to what Lindsay's saying? She's not going to leave him. It's abundantly clear. And whatever Wes says to Kyle, I think is to make up for whatever everyone's saying. Because that was filmed only 2 weeks ago. That was so recent that they filmed that whole thing with Kyle and Wes that I'm like, he saw shit online and said, okay, now I got to regurgitate this. And
yeah, I have a feeling we're going to get just more buzzwords and things that he feels like need to be said now. I did really think it's really not going to help either of them at this point because they're still together. Like no matter what is said and no matter what they want to say to justify their actions, it's like, well, they're together. So no matter how much Kyle or Sierra is like, this hurt us, like they still did what they did. They're still doing what they're doing. So at this point, it's like, do we even still need to keep rehashing it? I was more interested in this conversation between Sierra and Mia because Mia says that West texted him after they filmed the reunion and said, you win.
That is such a psychotic,
crazy
move. Like, no, he's a sociopath. Like, that is so insane to text somebody that. I cannot wrap my head around that. Like, that is devious. That is fucking weird. And just disgusting.
Like,
really.
He's just mad that she decided to get in the mix. Like, he probably never thought that she would be like platformed on the show and be speaking about their relationship so publicly so that he could get away with any sort of behavior with her. And she was like, fuck it, and really exposed what was going on between them. And like, yeah, it's just, that's a devious text.
It's devious. It's weird. I cannot believe that Amanda knows all of these things and still wants something to do with him. It's just fucking bizarre. But at this point, after this week, we need to wrap it up. Andy said that they are filming in the city reunion today, which is Thursday when we're recording at the Watch Happens Live Clubhouse. And he promises to ask if Amanda was on medication during the reunion.
Yeah. And to be honest, whatever she says, it better be yes, or if it's no, I don't believe her.
So. No, we won't believe it at all, obviously. Yeah. I mean, they were highly medicated in whichever way that they were choosing to be. But it's so insane. I'm kind of like, I'm not even really excited for this bonus episode. I'm kind of at this point, like, we got it. You know, we know what's happening here. Nothing's changing.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, totally. I agree. I think we're going to move into in the city stuff and have this be the end. It did make sense maybe to have these conversations because the reunion did feel like it ended so like open-ended, if that makes sense. Like there were so many conversations and it's really just because Amanda and West said nothing. So it's like we got nothing out of them for 10 hours. I thought it was smart to put them in a smaller setting, like these one-on-one conversations, because it'll just force them to have to speak more. And also they're not in the same room while they're talking. So Yeah, certainly interested to see how it all goes down.
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, the rumor that Jennifer Lawrence was the person who figured out the audio leak was true. Andy revealed that on Watch What Happens Live. Mazel of the week or the night was, which one is it? Is it
Mazel of the day?
Mazel of the day? I think
right?
it is because he does every night.
Yeah.
Was that Jennifer Lawrence was the person who figured it out. I love to know how Jennifer Lawrence put 2 and 2 together on who fucking leaked that. Like, tell us how she did it. Tell us how. I mean, he probably doesn't want to reveal her online sleuthing techniques.
Right.
But I want to know how she figured that out.
I completely agree. I want like a full whiteboard breakdown, step by step, of everything that she did. I have a feeling that Jennifer Lawrence has like 18 burner accounts and just like was throwing out messages to people and investigating and following a trail, because that's impressive. That's impressive. And it also shows how dedicated she is. I want to know how the cast of Summer House felt about this. Like, we should ask Jesse Solomon to be like, so like, what did you guys think when you found out that it actually was Jennifer Lawrence? Like, Jennifer Lawrence was that invested into this leak happening for your show that she went to lengths to find out who did it.
I'm just thinking like they might have been done shooting, but Jennifer Lawrence is like on set shooting a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, and she's like going home and like going on Twitter and trying to find these people and then going back to set to shoot a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right. That's how she decompresses. She's like, actually,
right.
The way I'm going to get my mind off this, off my job, is trying to figure out who leaked the Summer House audio.
That's another hilarious one to think of that conversation. She and Leo are like on their lunch break, and she's like locked to her phone, and he's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Buckle up, Leo."
Yeah. Why are you on the phone with Andy Cohen so much?
Yeah.
It's just so good. Jesse Solomon was on Watch What Happens Live with Rachel Lindsay. I think that they both had great things to say about how this all unfolded. And Jesse, had his receipts, which
the timeline
weren't really
groundbreaking. It was just his suspicions and his suspicions and his timeline just sort of made sense with how everything came out and like what they were doing. I think it was really just to show how much they were lying throughout February and March and lying to their face, other people. I'm sorry, the first one being W and A go to dinner, period, without me, period.
No, I'm not kidding. That part keeps breaking my heart because during the reunion when he looked at them and said, "So why did you go to dinner without me?" Like, it breaks my heart for some reason. I'm like, that,
don't leave Jesse Solomon out like that, okay?
And just like, it's like a flashback almost of like being left out at, like when you're younger. And I think that's why it's like he really, that cut deep for him to be left out of that. And then he had to sit with thinking, oh, these people don't like me. They don't want me out to dinner. But really they were fucking.
You know what's crazy? And they cut it out, but it was in the Peacock extended version, is Jesse explaining more, and Carl as well, on why he was so emotional, is because he had a friend hook up with his ex or like start to date or hook up with his ex over this past summer. So like he's living it. He lived it in his personal life. Now he's watching it happen to his friends. And I think it was just like weighing pretty heavy on him because West also knew that this had happened to Jesse, that, one of his friends started hooking up with an ex and that it really bothered him.
I thought it was interesting what they left out and put in the unedited version because they also addressed the Yankee game. And Amanda did say that she said to West, "Act like you like me."
Yeah. She said it was like at the end of saying other stuff. I don't really think that's helps.
But that's like really crazy. Like the fact that someone, first of all, was able to lip read that correctly of her being like, "Act like you like me." I thought that was nuts. I was like, oh no, this is just like Mad Lib people are putting in. No. She actually said those words.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good, folks.
Not good at all. But we do have some great, just a little PSA, some good TV to jump on this weekend. Obviously, We're going to have there's going to be a big Love Island recoupling that everyone will have watched last night that we haven't watched yet, go into the weekend. And every year after is now on Prime. If you're looking for a new summer teen romance drama to jump into.
I can't do it again. How are we supposed to get into another fucking show like this?
I know. Here's the thing. I watched the first episode. I'm not going to make any rush judgments. I did read this book. I really did enjoy the book. I think people who didn't, I don't want to spoil anything, but I think people that didn't read the book and watch the show may be a little baffled with how it all goes down, like just the plot line wise. The other thing is I'm having a hard time getting past this guy being the guy in High School Musical, the series. It's no offense to him. He's age appropriate, but there's like a little bit of a disconnect in my mind with the cast because the girl that plays Percy, who's the main girl, so they jump back and forth timelines from summers when they're younger to current day, and they're all like 30 years old current day. They like kind of look a little too young for 30 in my opinion. And the actress in real life is only 24. So I get why they kind of went in between because she sort of has to play high school younger and also 30. So it's tricky. You do probably want to find somewhere in the middle, but a little bit harder for me. But this is Matt Cornett. He's 27 and every time I see him, I quite literally only see EJ from High School Musical series and like his character. So I'm going to have to try and get past that.
Yes.
Going to have to try and get past that because I am very interested to finish this. Totally bingeable, 8 episodes. It's all out already. People are going to be watching that one very quickly. Oh, and the last thing I wanted to say, I said it before. Taylor Swift singing You Got a Friend With Me with Randy Newman. Come on.
Just good stuff.
Has she ever, by the way, has she ever looked better in like the last 3 days?
I got to be honest. She looks fantastic. It's that pre-wedding glow.
It really is.
It's just that it
just hits.
It hits so hard.
But my God, I was laughing because obviously in the heat of winning and everything, and Joe was so happy. He like sent me on Instagram one of the carousel pictures that we posted of Taylor, and he was like, not gonna lie, like I know she's courtside at the Knicks, she's never looked better. I was like, no, I think a lot of people feel the red carpet, the dress at Toy Story, the short one, loved. I thought that was so cute, and the yellow Oscar de la Renta dress that she wore on stage performing, gorgeous. That was a gorgeous dress. You couldn't really tell from the videos, but then a video from Oscar de la Renta came up on my feed of like the detail of all the beading. Really stunning. But what a fun back and forth. But I loved watching her sing the new song and then sing with Randy. Oh my God, it was so sweet.
Gorgeous. And I just can't stop talking about how good she looks. Like she just looks incredible. Yeah. And she got a little glimpse at her wedding venue last night. And we'll see.
She's mapping things out while she's sitting courtside. We'll cover this. We'll cover that.
Yeah, I bet the planner was down there in the tunnel waiting to go through. I'm going to show you the ins and outs, the exits, the whole thing.
Yep.
Love
exactly.
it. All right, that wraps up the topics. The world, it could be too loud, too filtered, too fake, but not here, not us. And not with RumHaven, because RumHaven is where the noise fades and the real comes out, where you can just unbutton those expectations and sip on what's true and what's natural. I cannot wait to make some RumHaven drinks this week at the beach. Going to be serving them up. It's just one taste of pure cane sugar and real coconut water that lets you feel the difference. It's what real tastes like, that place, that feeling, that mindset where everything finds its balance. It's an oasis of authenticity, and it calls to you, it draws you in, and you can just be real with yourself, your friends, everything. I cannot wait to have some RumHaven cocktails this weekend. Noah's going to be enjoying them as well. Going to make some delicious ones. So open up a bottle, lose the small talk, and find the good vibes, because the best moments aren't fake. They're simply real. RumHaven, made for real.
All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We have Ashlyn Harris in studio. We are so excited to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We really loved this new special that you have out, Gamechangers, the Ashlyn Harris Story. We are seeing all sides of you. You really are getting deep and sharing your story. What made you take the leap to put this special out?
Yeah, I think for quite some time, I think a few people have approached me about doing this. And, I have a unique story that most people don't know about. And I have always been open and honest with my journey. I think it's really important. It's how I connect with my fans, but also how I heal my scars.
Yeah.
I think having enough bravery and vulnerability to share some of the hardest seasons of your life might help someone else. It might help someone not feel so alone, or it may ignite something that they can take more risk and they can choose themselves, or they can get out of something that doesn't serve them anymore. I think there's a lot of lessons in this. And what was important to me is not to be a shiny little highlight reel of success. I think we do that too often as public figures because we don't want to show the hard side or what it cost us chasing success.
Yeah.
Trying to be extraordinary and perfect for decades has cost me a lot. And I think the beauty of this documentary is really to say, like, it's a love letter to myself. It's a love letter saying you've been through some shit and it's been hard, but it hasn't hardened you. And I think that is the biggest thing I take away. And I hope what everyone else takes away is every day, like, no matter how hard it got, I kept choosing myself. And I kept choosing myself and choosing myself. And I gave myself grace and enough understanding to know that life isn't always linear and it's not always going to be perfect. And the more we can talk about it and share it, I think the more we can have real connection.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're absolutely right. I feel like there are so many people that can relate to your story. Not everything is exact, but people have their own things that they deal with. And I think right now, especially, people are just craving realness from everybody, especially with social media, highlight reels, everything's perfect. But what people love about you is genuine, real stories, what you've been through, and learning so much about you. Because I have to say, I learned so much that I would have no idea about. You see someone so successful and you look up to them, and that's what you always look at. But there's so much more, and it's so deeper than that. So thank you for sharing your story, first of all, because I really do think watching someone like you share this does help a ton of people.
Thank you.
And it opens really strongly. You talk about your childhood and a pretty horrific accident that your father went through, and sort of maybe a distance it created with your parents, and where you and your brother out in bars, and you're like in middle school. You're young.
I got my first fake ID when I was 13.
That's crazy.
Wild.
Yeah. So,
And people were like, "Yeah, you can come in to the bar."
well, I had an ID, so I don't think back in those days
They're buying. You're like, they're buying.
I would go to these country bars where people wouldn't, off of 95. Like, I mean, the shit I did as a kid, and I think back, I'm like, ooh, gosh. Thank goodness I made it out.
Yeah.
But back in the day, they just put X's on your hand. If at the time when I was 13, I had an 18 ID, so I could get into bars. And some of these country bars, you didn't have to necessarily drink, but if you walked into the bathroom after they marked your hands, no one really cared back then, right? There wasn't like wristbands and this and that.
Glow in the dark stamps.
And scanning IDs.
They would put a small
things.
X on your hand saying you can't drink, and you'd walk into the bathroom and you would rub it off and you'd go about your way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so crazy to me. But the love for soccer really started at such a young age. And I loved hearing you talk about having to play with the boys. I feel like that is kind of the quintessential experience that when a young girl is really talented at something, they're like, well, let's let them play with the boys, which is, crazy. But what was that like having at such a young age immediately playing with, all on the boys' teams?
What I'll say, I think it's a strong thing to say my love for the game. I don't know if it was really my love for the game or it was a way out.
Yeah.
I think there's a big difference there, and I need to hold space for both of those because I don't necessarily, I wouldn't say like, there are people who love the game, eat, breathe, sleep, and they genuinely love the game. I didn't love my experience at home. I didn't love watching my parents stock shelves at 2:00 in the morning. I didn't like seeing the shame of my mom paying for food on food stamps. I wanted something better for myself. And, I was, weirdly enough, I played with boys in everything. I played baseball. I would make the all-star team. And then when I got to, a certain age, I realized, well, there's not really a future in women's baseball. It doesn't exist. I was really a big skater. I didn't see a lot, I was like Tony Hawk and I would surf and Kelly Slater was a big deal. And, I was a small town kid from Florida. So there wasn't really many like organized female teams of anything. I just loved to play and be out of the house because it was safety for me, right? I didn't hear screaming. I didn't hear things flinging. There was a lot of things, and I, as a kid, it's just like, you don't know, you're not clocking what's going on. Now that I'm an adult, I'm like, okay, there's a lot of mental health things going on here. There's a lot of like, trauma and medication that needed to be, back then it wasn't. People didn't talk about it. Especially my family didn't have access to it. So like as a kid, I would just hide a lot. I would just find safety in other places besides my house. And, when I was super young, in 8th grade, I started getting college letters. And that, I knew nothing about college. My parents didn't, graduate from college. My grandparents weren't educated. It wasn't a thing. But I realized after a big blow up, I was like, well, maybe this is my ticket out. And maybe this is the way I can get an education. Maybe it opens up different doors. Maybe it gets me out of here. So I think that's the beauty of this story is like, I didn't have this love for the game that everyone else did. I had an opportunity to get out of the circumstance in which I was living that wasn't serving me. And I just picked up a phone one day and I was bullish and I said, hey, I want to go here. Can you make this happen? And I was lucky enough to be good enough and have enough, drive to be like, this coach was like, yeah.
Did the love ever come for you, or was it sort of like it was always sort of a way out of other things?
I just wanted a better life for myself. Right. I don't, of course I loved it. It was, but also it was my job.
Right.
People forget that this is a job that I'm very good at, that I dedicated my life and my craft to, but it wasn't my purpose. If you put all of your, drive, love, success, identity into a soccer ball, it wasn't fulfilling for me. It wasn't enough. And the more I started talking about things, the more I started standing up for mental health because what I saw, the more I kept educating myself and realizing, this wasn't my fault. It wasn't my parents' fault. The more I gave grace, the more understanding, the more therapy and healing, the more I started sharing my scars, I think is really when purpose came into my life. It changed everything,
It really is so crazy, though, going back to your childhood, to think about how many people we were around ourselves that you really don't know what's going on at home. You may be on a team with somebody that you're just seeing them right when you're at a game, you're at practice, and you have no idea what they're going home to, and that this is an escape for them. It's their way out. And then on top of that, thank God we are having these conversations now about mental health, because you bring up such a good point about, like, back in the day, like, this wasn't happening. Like our parents, our grandparents, like you see so much more now that I remember when like my parents talked about, finally going to therapy. And I was like, wow, like this is amazing, just because growing up, that was not the case. It wasn't really talked about. And it wasn't until something happens where like something needs to be done, and then you sort of see that change, and you're just so thankful that we're now so much more open about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is like we don't all have it figured out. You know, we all make mistakes, and unfortunately now we're under such a crazy microscope when it comes to social media that people are so miserable in their own circumstance. All they want to do is destroy other people, because that's what, you know, that's one thing. Hurt people hurt other people.
Yeah.
And that is one thing from a very early age. I know I lived a hard life, but I didn't want it to harden me. And I think that if anyone can take anything out of this documentary, it's like all of these things happened and I didn't choose it. I didn't want it for myself. But also like all of this hardness has made me soft. It's given me grace. It's given me understanding that like we all fuck up. And that is a part of life, evolution, of becoming a better human. Like everyone is so scared right now to make a mistake because it's plastered everywhere.
Yeah.
Like every podcast I do, someone takes one snip of something about me trying to chase excellence and surround myself around certain people that lift me and challenge me. And it's like people want to destroy you. People want to make it a reason to not like you. And it's like, that's so sad, man. You must be hurting so much in your own life that you take joy out of destroying someone else's. And it's like, is that where we've come? Like social media was here to connect us and show us a side of ourselves that like we could express freely and artistically. And now it's just a clickbait web of bullshit.
Yeah.
There are so many pros and cons, really, because like you said, the connecting part of it can be so great. But the part where people are so miserable, where they want to take down other people, when really what like you're saying, you know, the mistakes that you've made in your life, the mistakes we've made in our life can actually help you connect more with people.
Other people.
And actually be more understanding with people.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to have the moments where you judge someone and go, what the fuck were they thinking? But then you can come from a place of being a human and go, okay, well, what's happening in their life, what happened in their family life. You know, you take people for what they are. I think a lot of times we learn when we grow is that just taking someone for who they are and their entire, you know, past existence as well.
You need people to be honest on there too, because that's when people start to see through the bullshit is when people start lying about how perfect their life is. And it is hard right now. You are very right, because the people that are honest and do share things that could maybe be judged or misjudged, they do get torn apart. And it's like, well, they're just trying to share an honest story, and you're tearing them down for like trying to at least reach somebody.
That is the hardest part, because then people end up using it against that person. When it's like,
that's I mean, that's, you can't weaponize someone's truth and story. And that's the thing for me, that's the least of my concern. Like, this is a love letter to myself. This is me really being able to share my scars in a way that I hope if one or two people it saves, then I've done my job. And that, you know, might not be worth the risk for a lot of people. It's absolutely worth the risk for me. I'm very proud of this project.
You should be. And talking about, you know, playing soccer, seeing that as wanting a better life for yourself, but then having to deal with fighting for equal pay, getting paid $20,000. What was that process like for you? Because, you know that this is a way out, you know that this is a way for a better life, but then you're still having to fight for that equality.
Yeah, I think at the beginning for me, I came from nothing, so it was a lot for me. Truthfully. You know, I can share a story. I don't think many people know this, but like I signed my first contract at St. Louis for $20,000 for the year. And my first paycheck for the month, I think with everything taken out and health insurance and housing, it was like $600. And the first thing I did was go to my local mall and buy a Michelle watch that I still have. Because in college, all of these little sorority girls who were in these Wallabies that were expensive and these Michelle watches, and I really thought I was someone. And I thought it would, you know, I really loved watches at the time. I never could afford anything. I always wore like a Shark watch or a G-Shock. And I bought this watch. I never wore it really, but it was a reminder to me that like I worked hard enough to buy that. My mommy didn't buy it for me, or my dad, or my little rich boyfriend. And I paid my whole paycheck for this Michelle watch. And I still have it. It's in my safe, and it's a reminder, because at $20,000, I'm not going to get you far right now, but for me, I didn't have to worry about how I was going to pay to eat or pay my insurance or, stuff like that. And I just was on this quest to just make my life better. And I really, in my mind, was naive enough to think if I made it, I could help my family.
Yeah.
And I didn't really understand that women in sports didn't make shit. So I'm still on that quest. But no, it's an important moment for me, and I'm glad I got to share that, because it $20,000 was a lot of money to me.
Yeah. And it was really a shocking number to hear now as a viewer, to be like, wow, like that's,
Yeah.
And especially, professional athlete, first big contract. Now, like an intern in New York City would never even be paid that little. Like it's really was a jarring number to hear. And as you continue to tell your story of playing and where you got to at such the highest level of the playing for the national team and World Cup winners, Olympics, all these things, and the team was so special, and all the eyeballs were on you guys, and it rallied this country together in such a great way, and yet you guys were not getting compensated even anywhere close to what the guys who have
FIFA
played.
gave us like $75,000 for winning the World Cup, and then U.S. Soccer was like, "Ha! You think you're done? We'll give you a bonus, but you got to play 10 more games." Can you imagine a men's
crazy.
team winning the World Cup and their federation being like, "Well, you're not done yet.
Yeah.
No, that would never
You got 10 more
Yeah.
games in a short amount of time, so you can make your bonus."
Yeah.
So it's shitty, man. It's shitty, but it's changing. And, there's a lot of women who I stood on the shoulders of, who came before me, who paved the way for me to even have a league. How cool is it that I got to leave college and go straight into a domestic league? Like, a lot of women didn't have that. A lot of people had to stop playing.
Yeah.
Like, their dreams were done. If you didn't play for the U.S. team, which was a small, 25 people max, it's like, that was it. That was the end. You went to corporate. And that's sad. Like, I was lucky enough to leave college and get drafted and make $20,000, even though it's laughable, but it was something to me.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by Noble, Barstool's favorite footwear brand. Noble is a brand known for their best-in-class footwear, and they're everywhere right now. Walking around New York City, at the airport, walking the dog, wherever I go, I'm seeing people in Noble. They've got so many great styles and colors for every activity, and they just dropped their new strength training shoe, the Outwork Flex. It's durable, it's flexible, and it's comfortable right out of the box. It's cushion where you want and structure where you need. Get the newest no-nonsense lifting shoe from Noble, the Outwork Flex, now available on their website. It's a great shoe. I think strength training is so important, and it's one of my favorite things to do. So if you're able to do it and you got a great shoe to wear alongside, it's the best. You got to try out the Noble strength training shoe, the Outwork Flex. Exclusively for Chicks in the Office listeners, Noble is offering 35% off your first order. Visit nobleproject.com and use code CHICKS for 35% off your entire first order. That's www.noblullproject.com and use code CHICKS for 35% off. I know in the doc you have some coaches, trainers who really talk about sort of the timing of your career and where you were at and the talent that was at your position. And I would love to know just kind of how you now look back on that time and how you think you sort of pushed through those moments.
I think weirdly when we're young, we just feel so invincible.
Yeah.
Like I just, I would do anything to go back and not have like the weight of responsibility. Like now as an adult, like there was so much joy.
Yeah.
You know, even though it was hard, I had so much joy as a kid and freedom. My parents like just let me be. Like it was interesting, you know, I hear so many kids nowadays having, you know, their parents like helicopter every move and snowplow everything in their life. And I just had parents who were like, well, shit, this is her and we can't get rid of her. So we kind of have to love her through it.
Yeah.
And they really just let me be. And it was, you know, they would let me fail and they would teach me hard lessons. And, you know, I loved it. I loved my life. I loved how hard it was. I love what it taught me.
Yeah.
I love the way my parents were parenting me and hands off because like I was wise. When I got to college, like everyone was like, wow. And I'm like, I've been on these streets since I was
drinking since 13.
I'm
This
like,
is nothing new to me.
you know, I was smoking my first joint in 6th grade. I'm like, y'all, I've already done this shit. I'm here to like get to business.
You grow up so much faster that way.
It's just interesting. You know, people were like not supervised for the first time and like, oh, I could go out late. Like I went to college and I'm like, this is so weird. These kids are so weird.
Right. Isn't that so funny? Like the kids with the strictest parents always acted out the most.
Well, they like,
because they were like, oh, finally. Meanwhile, like, you know, kids who didn't have that strict of parents, like, oh, well,
Or just have been through
yeah, I'm
real
like, all
shit.
right, well, you know,
all right, like
I'm like retired at this point.
yeah, I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, I remember having call my dad in the middle of the night. Cops broke this up, underage drinking. You got to come pick me up. Talk to your mom. I'm like, all right, man. It's just like, you know.
All right, I'm coming to pick you up. Yeah.
That's it. You know, I came home in 6th grade. I was stealing cigarettes from the local Cumberland Farms, the end of my street. And I knew I smelled like smoke. And I walked past my dad and I was like, got to go to the bathroom because I was going to wash my hands off. And he gave me the knock, knock, knock on the door. You washing the hands, the smoke off of your hands? And I was like, and I come out and he goes, where's the cigarettes? And I'm like, in my backpack. And he goes, great, come outside. He made me smoke every single fucking cigarette.
Oh my God.
And it was the last time. Yeah, he
Let
made me
tell you,
smoke.
I love that stuff.
And I was green. And he's like, oh, you think you're cool? Do another one.
Yeah.
Light up another one. Another one. And I just sat there and like, like my parents were real, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and did your parents share a lot of stories about what they did with you? Because I feel like
No.
they didn't.
my parents are a generation that sweeps everything under the rug. So like all of us, you know, I'm proud of them for being a part of this documentary and story, but like for sure, they're a generation who, you know, they don't want anyone to see them that way or no, I don't struggle. We're a traditional family.
What was the conversation like with them when you said, you know, we're going to make this documentary? Did you ask for them to be a part of it?
Yeah, I mean, my parents, they raised me. They know I am a rough
I loved
edge.
your mom called you. She was like, she's a tough cookie.
Yeah. So my parents knew exactly who I am and how I show up in this world, and they celebrate it. You know, they love me. They love me unconditionally, and I'm really proud of them for doing this because I know it's not easy, and I know that like they probably have a lot of regrets, and I don't. I think what I saw and what I watched and what everyone will watch and what I hope people take away in this documentary is our parents' generation was parents who stayed because of the kids. And it was hard. It was hard to see, you know, we saw everything, things we shouldn't be seeing. And I think they thought it was better for us to do that and live that way than to go their separate ways. And now we're a generation who leaves for our kids.
Yeah.
And I think when you build a life and you build these experiences and then you realize they're not for you anymore, like it's okay to leave. It's okay that it failed. It's okay to say, well, I gave it a good try and life is very short and long at the same time. And like, I want to choose something different and that's okay.
Yeah.
How? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say how how much do you think watching your parents probably stay in their relationship longer than maybe they should have affect your decisions that you made later?
Yeah,
in life?
my dad was actually my first phone call when I was getting separated and getting a divorce. And my dad was the first thing he said, don't make the mistake I did. Mm-hmm. You know, my dad slept on a couch for, 6 years.
Yeah.
And it's no way to live.
No, it's not. And you're so right. I think with like our parents' generation, it was so true. I have so many friends the story of like, oh, well, when their last kid went up to college, that's when they separated. Mm-hmm. And it's like they stayed together all that time and all through all this, not in a happy relationship. And then once that, I really have a good amount of friends that have or know someone where it's like that last kid went off to college, then the parents separated.
And having the courage to leave is so hard, but so important. Yeah. Because like your dad saying, don't make the same mistake I did. Think about the amount of years of his life or your mom's life where they feel like they may be wasted and you can't get that time back. And it's such a hard decision to make, but people have to know that it's an okay one to make. And I think people still struggle with that a lot. And I think that's also an important part of your story, showing that like, it may hurt somebody else, but you have to be honest with yourself. And it's very important.
Yeah. Because also it's like I was trying to seek happiness and find happiness through my kids. Because like that was what made me happy in my home.
And it puts a lot of pressure on the kids.
And like, exactly, like I don't want them. Also, what I do know, especially like from reading and understanding that my kids, like the first love they see is between their parents. Well, when there's no love between two parents, like, what are they seeking then? Yeah. Like, how is that affecting them and what, they're going to be like, how they're going to want to receive love? It's a really conflicting thing to think about, and it makes you make some hard decisions. And you're right. You will disappoint people, but it's at the end of the day, it's like you got to choose yourself.
You have to make decisions that make you happy.
Exactly.
Because we only have one life here, and it would be a shame to live in a way that made you unhappy and then finding that happiness after. I mean, seeing you and Sophia, who we love and adore so much. She's been on our show before. Yeah. It's been a couple of years. We just adore her. Your relationship is so beautiful, and the way you speak about each other is so inspiring and just an amazing representation of like, you can have that happiness.
Yeah, absolutely. And she, as hard as that season of my life was, to be on this side of happiness and joy and ease, she is everything I have ever wanted and more. I don't question my worth. I don't question my love. I don't question anything in our space.
Being able to be totally yourself with no second guessing.
I don't have to work hard for it. I just can be. And like, honestly, the way I move, the way I interact, the way I show up for my kids, my family, my friends, her, the way I look, like when cortisol isn't running rogue in your body, you just like, I think I went decade without sleeping.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hello, I went to sleep doctors. The US team had me on all this shit and all these bands. And I'm like, well, we can't really figure anything out. And it was like, I just needed to come home to myself. I needed to say a few hard things. I needed to get out of something that wasn't serving me anymore. And then like, my life now has completely changed.
Your body knows.
Yeah.
It knows everything.
Your body keeps score,
and it gives you signs.
Yeah.
And you may just not be able to pick up on them until you do and have that ease. And just, I love what you said, just being able to be and exist, it makes the relationship so beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, if that woman could live in my skin, she would. And I fucking love it.
Yeah. You're like I welcome
that's
it.
the best way to be.
Loved this hard and this unconditional type of love. And it's just like, it changes your DNA. It changes the way you move. My
We-
kids, like everything.
We need more of that, and we need more people talking about that, right? Because you hear about so many miserable relationships, and I love raving about my husband, and I feel the same way about him. Like, we could live in each other's skin if we want. Like, we're just so obsessed, and it's such an amazing thing. But I think sometimes when you talk about that, you know, people are used to hearing sad stories about relationships, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we have to tell the ones that are
or
great. And
or they get jealous of happiness. You know,
that's
or
true,
they're like,
and that goes back to what we were
too
saying in the
happy.
beginning,
Well,
right? People
I
are
mean,
too happy.
yeah.
But it's, you know what? Who cares? It's
No,
like, if that's the way you
absolutely.
feel, you have to share it.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, and I think people need more of that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so true. And like you said, it's like having your kids be able to, you know, it's not watching one sad relationship. You have the potential to watch now multiple good relationships. Like you have the chance to have more examples of, you know, what a loving relationship is like. And I loved what you said in the doc too about Sophia's, like, you know, that this is what you were maybe running towards.
Yeah.
All everything that you've been through, and now you were running towards this. How has she been a support system for you in this sort of new era of your life?
She's literally my biggest fan.
Yeah.
And what I will say, and I say this with the most respect, she doesn't keep score. And I love that about her. Like, her winning doesn't take from me. Or if I'm, you know, front row and center, like, it's not, there's no competition or keeping score between us. And I love it because we are genuinely each other's biggest fans. Like, when I walk into a room, the way she lights up to introduce me to every person, the way she talks about all my projects, like, she just genuinely wants the best for me. And there's no weird motive about it. She doesn't, you know, if she's in a hard season where it's crickets about work and things are great for me, like, she's so proud. And sometimes I'm also like, are you good? You're like, are you sure? Are we, you know, very affectionate. You're not a PR, you know, she's used to be so like, you can't come into this space.
Yeah.
And from the beginning, as soon as we found each other, we were like, oh, I want to suffocate in your oxygen. And like, you know, it's just the first time she's been in like a queer relationship. I was like, are you sure?
Right.
Like,
You're checking in on
she
her,
was like,
too.
no. I want to wrap my paws around you and never leave.
Yeah.
And I love it.
And she is so sure of herself.
Oh,
and
God,
you can
yeah.
tell that. And I love it. She's so outspoken.
Yeah.
And you can just tell exactly who she is and that realness. And you can tell, even, you know, we don't know you guys, but just seeing online the support that you have for each other. It's amazing. You want each other to succeed like that. It's incredible to see.
Yeah, and she has been
really
such
is.
an advocate for so long publicly, and which is, I just admire her so much for always standing up for what she believes in and putting it out there in the world. How have you guys bounced off each other in that way? Because I know you've both, you know, have tried to be as outspoken as possible.
You know, I stick, you know, there's certain things that are very, very important to me. My queer community is my priority, clearly. You know, human rights, clearly. I'm a gay woman with 2 Black children. Like, I want equal rights for everyone in every family and however you identify. Pay equity is always a big thing for me, clearly, and mental health. I want to be an advocate for mental health. And I stay in these things that make me full. These things fill my cup. I think for a long time I was chasing success, and now I'm chasing purpose. And I get to step into her political advocacy, and it feels big and scary a lot of the times for me, and frankly a little geeky. But like, she makes it so sexy. And I love supporting her through it. I am not as educated as she is in that space, but it's like having me learn. And I'm learning so much about my work is so driven by policy, and she's such a great teacher. It's really pushing me out of my comfort zone, and now I'm trying to make politics sexy. And I want young kids to really get into it. You know, I didn't understand the importance of voting till I was out of college because it wasn't like a big part of like family conversations. And, you know, it matters so much for my family to have equal rights and safety as any other family. So we sacrifice a lot of our time, energy, and money to make sure we're advocating for the right things. And we want to be on the right side of change. Like, what's the point of all these fucking cameras and all these shows and all these lights and these stages we're on if we're not pushing the right like agenda? Like, we want the best for people. And we've got to do the work. Someone else is, you know, if we always think, well, someone else will do it, we're never going to get anywhere.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And it's setting an example for your own children. Yeah. Who that's what they're going to watch as they get older, and it'll have a massive effect on them.
And even talking about going back earlier when you said, you know, your parents, they like sweep everything under the rug, that generation. But seeing you and Sophia be so open, it's like, even just about your life and also about everything, policies, everything, human rights. Yeah. It just makes everything so much more open and what they can learn from instead of, we're just putting everything under the rug.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of a pivot, but still just with the conversation with your kids. Have they taken up soccer? Is it choose your own journey?
My son is he's an athlete through and through, but he's 3, so he's not signed up for anything yet. I think my daughter, we got a little asthma baby going on there. So is Sophia. She is a theater queen.
Hell yeah.
She gets home from school. She wants to play dress up. She wants me to build her a stage, and she wants to perform. Amazing. And she's either making like ice cream or cooking, or she's at the salon, or she's, you know, decking my son out in a tutu and glitter and makeup. And it's just like, you learn so much from your children. Like, my imagination, to be able to tap into my imagination again at 40, I am really enjoying, definitely she's not enjoying soccer or anything, but she, I'm letting her figure out her passions. And right now I think like dance and ballet and theater could be her kryptonite.
And another great example to look up to when it comes
she's got a great role model.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Were you familiar with Sophia's career? Like, had you I know this is a silly question maybe, but had you watched One Tree Hill in those times?
No, I still haven't.
Oh my God.
I haven't.
It is probably my favorite.
She's just an icon.
It's probably my favorite show ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Ever.
And especially, you know, Brooke Davis.
Yeah.
The character. Like, it's just so iconic.
She had this like recap show. Drama Queens.
Yep.
So like she would have to watch episodes before her podcast to like unpack what was going on. And I just remember like some days I would have time to watch with her and I'm like, no, diet pills, this. How dare they? It's like they were really passing her around to every hunk on the show, and I'm like, I hate this. I was like, I couldn't even watch.
Yeah, and I think she's talked about like trying to fight against that. Obviously, there was a lot of behind the scenes. Yeah, but Brooke was early. You know, she had clothes before bros.
Yep.
So
love it. Exactly, but it was really, oh my gosh, just an impactful one for sure, and for a lot of people. And I know she felt that again doing the rewatch podcast, and people were so excited about that. When you guys are home unwinding, I mean, we're a big pop culture podcast. What are you guys watching? Do you have any TV shows you love? Or do you have any guilty pleasures?
Oh gosh, so I'm a big cook.
Okay,
I cook every night. I cook every meal, and we like, you know, I'm not a big drinker, but she loves relaxing with her wine.
Yep.
And we dance a lot in the kitchen. We dance with the kids. We have like raves and parties and glow sticks.
Like, that's so fun.
We don't, having a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, you know, it's like we don't get downtime until they go to sleep.
Right.
And I'm I like to work out. I like to live a structured, scheduled life. I'm not in that artsy world like she is. So she's like a late night type of gal. I like to go to bed early. I don't really binge watch anything. I'm not a big TV person, but I watch, I'm a crime junkie.
Yeah.
I like really love documentaries. Like I have always, So that's what I'll turn
Right.
on.
And there's always a new
There's
one.
always
There's
another one.
always another one.
Did you
There's
watch The
always a
Crash
new one.
Of
recently?
course I did.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Wow. I worry about our system too. A little bit. I'm like, that's all, we're throwing her in jail forever. We have no proof of anything, but we're just like,
It was a very confusing one.
I was confused and I was like,
It was
Yeah.
confusing.
but are we sure?
Yeah.
It is very,
And it's
very
like
confusing.
stayed confusing.
Yeah, I think-
because
and
now,
there's-
you
And
know,
now I'm on to
yeah.
the Michael Jackson one, which is really fucking me up a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet.
Oh, just the first episode. I'm like drooling over here. It's really messy.
We brought up documentaries, and
And
it's
I'm
like,
no, I can't believe it.
Yeah,
I
know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not great. No. I'm only on the first episode,
Well,
but
unfortunately, you know, with the in that genre and the crime and that stuff, it's like anytime you start, you're like, this isn't
well,
gonna
the shit these
well, this
people
isn't
got
gonna
away
be good.
with back then. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, not working today, honey.
no.
You got skeletons in that closet. They're gonna find it.
I know. And then you see when it comes back into the press and you're like, oh my God, I watched that documentary and this is like still an ongoing thing. It really is crazy. But thank you so much for joining us. This
Thanks
has
for
been
having me.
so great. I really have been, looked up to you and been such a fan for a long time and just a fan of what you and your team did for women in sports.
Thank you.
That is just such an amazing accomplishment. And everyone can absolutely go watch the documentary, Gamechangers, the Ashlyn Harris Story. It's out now on the Roku channel. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to love it. You should absolutely go watch it. So.
And happy Pride.
yes,
And happy
Pride,
Pride,
everyone.
How were you? What's your favorite way to celebrate Pride?
Oh my God, I am just my favorite month. I
Yeah.
am out there. I try to work a lot and donate a lot. There's a lot of things that I want to do. We got to be like out on those streets, being vocal and showing up and supporting our community, because there are still little kids in little nooks and crannies that feel that they have to hide or feel like their life isn't worth living because they can't express exactly who they are. So it's important for us. I have to say, I'm so grateful for Roku. They're very intentional. This is coming out during Pride for a reason.
Yep.
And also to be able to shed light on queer communities and queer love and queer experiences, because I didn't have that as a kid. I didn't get to turn the TV on and see someone like me.
Yeah.
I look different, I move different, and that's also okay.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for Roku showing up this way too, and it's accessible. You guys, like, you don't have to pay this crazy subscription price that certain people can't pay. It's free. So get out there and watch it. Support your
absolutely.
local centers. Donate to queer nonprofits, because we need it right now. Like, these little kids are really suffering, and as you watch the doc, you realize sports saved my life, and who are we to take that from kids?
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever been in New York City for the Pride Parade?
I stay away from big crowds like that.
Yeah.
But I have.
Yeah.
I have. I don't usually go to. It's hard for me and Sophia to show up.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard for me to go anywhere with Sophia.
I could only imagine.
It's hard, but
But you show up in other ways.
we do. We donate a lot. Sophia and I are doing something on Monday, and all of our appearance fees we're donating to the Human Rights Campaign.
That's
and
amazing.
The Center and GLAAD and. We really need it right now, and kids need safety, people need safety, and money is unfortunately a big part of that, to make sure we have the hotlines open and make sure we have legal representation, getting young youth kids off the streets and giving them a safe home. So that is the mission, but happy Pride.
Absolutely.
Yes, happy Pride.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much
Thank you so
for
much.
sharing with us. I think people are going to
Thank you.
love hearing your story.
Yeah, appreciate
so thank
that.
you.
Thanks for having me.
As the #1 frozen fruit bar brand in America, Outshine Fruit Bars and Mini Fruit Pops are made with real fruit or juice and simple ingredients you can pronounce. Every bite tastes like biting into a piece of ripe fruit. It's juicy, refreshing, and bursting with flavor. It's a bright, vibrant experience that brings a moment of joy in every bar. And what's in each fruit bar? It's real fruit or fruit juice and a good source of vitamin C. There's no GMO ingredients. There's no high fructose corn syrup. There's no artificial colors or flavors. The flavor lineup, it is stacked. We're talking strawberry, mango, coconut, watermelon, pineapple, cherry, you name it. There's something for everybody. There's also fruit blends that swirl multiple flavors together, pina colada, cherry limeade, and more. It's so delicious. My freezer stocked with Outshine Fruit Bars for the week. There is nothing better getting off the beach and just having a nice little Outshine Fruit Bar. So refreshing. Outshine makes it so easy to enjoy the experience of fruit. And it takes the best parts of fruit, the juicy, flavorful goodness, and makes it to enjoy. There's no cutting. There's no mess. Just grab an Outshine bar and enjoy. Snacking made easy. You can find Outshine Fruit Bars at retailers nationwide. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another game of Beat Ria and Fran. This is game number 222, and we are joined by Mia and Jake. We are so excited to play. They are getting married, but, they're not in the same room right now, so maybe we're going to mess with their telepathy,
Ooh, yes. Yes.
Paneling from Canada.
We have an advantage. Okay, guys, it is 15 questions. If you get the question right, you get the point. If you get it wrong, the other team can steal the point. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. To determine who goes first, Noah's going to give us a movie. We're going to guess the Rotten Tomatoes critic score of that movie. Whoever is closest will go first. We each get our own individual guess, and we will alternate between teams for guesses. So, Noah, what is today's movie?
Today's movie is Ted, the first one.
Ooh.
Okay, so one of you guys guess first.
I feel like it did really well. So I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to say 67.
Okay, Ria.
I'm going to go 92.
Jake.
I'll go 75.
83.
Mia's the closest, 68.
Oh.
One off.
Thought it would be higher.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for Ted.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Making the bear do all crazy things.
I know.
Always plays.
Okay, question number 1 to Mia and Jake. Shout out Emily from DC. In the movie Hitch, Will Smith's character has an allergic reaction while on a date. What is he allergic to?
Oh, man.
I think it's shellfish.
Yeah. You're right.
I have that
In
right.
general. Okay.
It's a great movie.
It is a great movie.
Great movie.
We lock it in.
Let's do it.
Shellfish, final answer.
Correct.
Nicely
Yes.
done.
I was
Hitch-
just watching that.
It's the best. Hitch was my go-to. What's your favorite movie? Like in high school,
Yeah.
Orientations.
If you were to ask me your favorite movie, I would say Hitch.
always what is Hitch?
True.
I've only seen Hitch one time.
Yeah.
Really? Ugh. It's worth.
I've seen
It's
it.
worth going back
I've
to.
seen it a few.
Yeah, it's worth going back to.
Okay, 1-0. Me and Jake. Question number 2 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Michaela from Newton, Massachusetts. Out of the whole Jersey Shore cast, Mikey, Mike, Polly, Vinny,
Mikey, the situation. Sorry.
Mike, Polly, Vinny, Ronnie, Snooki, JWoww, Dina, Sammy, and Angelina. Only one is not from New York, New Jersey. Who is it, and what state are they from?
Angelina's from Staten Island. Final
No.
answer.
Incorrect.
New York and New Jersey.
New York's
Staten Island's New York. He was saying what? Not state. Out of state.
Oh, I only heard New Jersey.
New Jersey, New York. Who's out?
Okay, to me and Jake.
It's okay.
I still don't. Me, if you know it, lock it in. I still didn't get it from that, so.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot of Staten Island representation, but I don't know. For some reason, my gut's going with JWoww, but I don't know where she'd be from.
But
5
they did
seconds.
just say Angelina from was it
Yeah.
Jersey?
From Staten Island.
All right, time is up.
Oh, no. Okay.
Final answer. All right, incorrect.
Angelina from New Jersey.
Incorrect.
No,
Isn't Pauly D from Rhode Island?
Yeah.
Yes, Pauly D from Rhode Island.
Yeah, fucking
Rhode
hell.
Island.
Sorry, my bad.
That's okay.
I
You got
heard
excited.
New Jersey, and
got it.
I don't know
Yeah.
what I was thinking. Jay Wow's from Franklin Square, Long Island.
So you know the exact.
okay.
I do, and that's what's really annoying.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because I was about to go, no, it's Pauly D.
Yes, Sammy and Tina. Are
Well,
from-
he didn't let us. Is
You said final answer.
You
It
said
came out of
final
my
answer.
mouth.
Yeah, you said final answer.
I mean, it was confident. The confidence.
Yeah,
Right. No, I fucked that up. I'm actually not going to speak the rest of the time.
Sammy and Dina are from New Jersey, and the rest are from New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, question number 3 to me and Jake. It is still 1-0 them. Shout out Ava from New Jersey. Name this year. The Blind Side movie premieres. Lady Gaga releases Bad Romance, and Catching Fire the book was released.
Oh man. Okay. Bad Romance is definitely in high school. I'm gonna say it
Yeah, I'm
was
thinking like 2013-ish.
2013.
Yeah, or is that way too early? Or
I
like,
think that's way too late. I'd say like 2010 or 2011
15 seconds.
you're better at these.
because I remember practicing the Bad Romance dance when I was in my bathroom in high
Boom.
school.
That's better experience than I
I
got.
would say okay, between 2010 and 2011. What do you think?
2011.
Side two. You might know the
Time
blind
is
side.
up.
2011. Answer.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
I think it might be 2010.
Yeah.
It's 10.
I'm between 9 and 10.
I think 10. I don't know. Oh, I feel not
All right,
confident.
we'll
in
go
myself
2010
anymore.
final answer.
Incorrect.
2009.
Fuck.
I was 9. Oh wow. Okay. 9th grade.
I was gonna
Not
mention
really.
I was between 9 or 10.
I was gonna mention 9, but I was like, no, you already fucked up the first one.
Ah.
Like, you might as well just keep your mouth shut. I'm gonna dust
don't
it off.
know.
I gotta
I think
dust
the
that
first
first
one-
one
Dust it
off.
off.
I gotta dust that first one off because
Down.
I can't believe the
Pauly
blind
D.
side's that old.
Never gonna go to Rhode Island now without thinking of Pauly D. Poor guy.
Okay, it's still 1-0 me and Jake. Question number 4 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Bethany from Boston. Put these Noahs from oldest to youngest. Noah Beck, Noah Centineo, Noah Khan, Noah Cyrus.
Noah Khan, I think, is the oldest.
Noah Beck is the youngest. Noah Beck, Noah Khan, Noah Cyrus. Who's the other Noah?
Noah Centineo.
Cyrus.
I think Noah Centineo might be the oldest.
10 seconds.
Noah. I don't know.
Oh, what are we going? Oldest to youngest?
Oldest to youngest.
So, what do you
5
Centineo,
seconds.
Khan? I think Cyrus, not the
All right,
youngest.
time is up.
Cyrus Beck.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Centineo, Khan, Cyrus Beck.
Beck.
Final answer.
Correct. Noah Centineo is 30. Khan is 29. Cyrus 26, and Beck 25.
Would
back,
not
I'm
have
back.
got
Those
that.
are
Not
hard.
even
Those are-
close.
those
to
are
that.
hard.
Yeah. Noah Centineo just looks old now. So sad.
Okay, question number 5. It's tied up at 1. Shout out Emily from DC. This is to me and Jake. Put the following award shows in the correct order based on the 2026 calendar year. Emmys, Grammys, Oscars, Tonys.
Okay. Tony's just happened. So Oscars is usually like February, March. Grammys is right before. Emmys is like later fall. Okay.
Wait, so does the Oscars count since it was already in 2026?
2026. Yeah. Yeah. So
15
it's like
seconds.
Emmys, Grammys, Oscars, Tonys.
You got it.
Okay.
5 seconds.
Emmys, Grammys, Oscars, Tonys. Final answer.
Incorrect.
So we're starting January 2026.
Yes.
So I think
So it's Grammys,
Grammys,
Oscars, Tonys, Emmys, because the Emmys are in like September,
Oh shit. Yeah.
okay.
right? The Grammys are before the Oscars,
Yes, definitely.
and then the Tonys were like 2 nights ago.
Yeah. The only one I'm stuck on is the Emmys.
I think the Emmys, because the Emmys are in the fall.
Okay.
Final answer.
Correct.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good, right?
Emmys 2026 haven't happened yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's June.
Yeah.
All right. 2-1, Ria and Fran. And this is question number 6 to them. Shout out Margaret from Atlanta. What 5-film franchise began in 2019 and was adapted from a fan fiction story inspired by Harry Styles?
The I.
Wait, say that again?
What 5-film franchise began in 2019 and was adapted
Film franchise.
from a fan fiction Wattpad story inspired by Harry Styles?
The idea of you?
That's not a five film franchise.
Right, and that didn't come out in 2019.
Yeah. 5-film franchise.
Is it those movies with?
It's the
yeah. With Hero.
15
yeah.
seconds.
What are those called? The after movies?
Yeah, the after
after franchise.
films. Yeah.
After movies. Final answer.
Correct.
Nice. We got there.
Phew.
Nice.
Okay, 3-1.
I've watched all of those.
I did not know there were 5 of those.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're great.
Okay, 3-1. Ria Fran, question number 7 to me and Jake. Shout out Leah from Dallas. In Off Campus, what movie does Hannah watch when she is burrowing?
Oh, Dirty Dancing, final answer.
Correct. Would you guys have got that?
Thank God.
Yes.
I was like reading
We told you guys.
Yeah.
It's like, hope you're ready for one off-campus question.
Okay, 3-2 Ria Fran, question number 8. And this is to them. Shout out Kelsey from Akron, Ohio. In Camp Rock 2, Nick Jonas's character Nate says he only likes cheese on 2 items. What are they?
This is us.
Yeah.
Pizza. I don't like cheese on pizza. Please.
Yeah.
Bean burritos and pizza.
Is there lyrics introducing me? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Only on pizza. Please.
Only on
10 seconds.
only on burritos and pizza, please.
Burritos is
All
not.
right, then.
5 seconds.
I
Time
can't
is
think of the
up.
other thing, so we'll go burritos and pizza.
Incorrect. To me and Jake.
Shoot. I knew
I
that was
didn't.
a Camp Rock 2 question. Okay.
I memorized.
I mean, in
all
fact, he
these
sings
lyrics
it.
when I
It's
was growing
hilarious.
up.
I'm gonna trust Ria's confidence in burritos again. No, or pizza. No, they said no, pizza.
Yeah, pizza and
Pizza?
something else.
She like
What is?
I don't know. It's like a
15 seconds.
sandwiches. Some kind of sandwich.
Honestly, that much.
Okay.
It's a guess.
Pizza sandwiches? Should we say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go
You
for
lock it in. I've been locking them all in.
Pizza and sandwiches locking in.
Incorrect. Only on pizza, please, and sometimes on a homemade quesadilla.
And sometimes on a home
quesadilla.
Not too far off.
Otherwise, it smells like feet to me. And yeah, fuck.
That's the essence of a quesadilla. How does that work?
Okay. It's question number 9, and this is to me and Jake, and it is 3-2 Ria Fran. Shout out Lindsay from Pittsburgh. What is always breaking in the Dunphy's house in Modern Family?
Oh gosh. What is always breaking?
I have no idea. I feel like I've watched the show too.
I don't know. All I know is they have a pool. I remember, Oh, wait.
No, it's the one with 3 kids. It's
15 seconds.
Is it like a door?
yeah. I mean, go for it.
There's some door, like the front door.
We'll do the garage door. Lock it in.
Incorrect. Ria Fran.
I feel like it. Maybe some sort of appliance in the kitchen, like the fridge or the oven.
I don't know.
I
I don't know
remember.
Modern Family like at all.
I'm just gonna take a guess and say the oven. Final answer.
Incorrect. It's the step at the top of the staircase.
Oh,
Oh,
Mm.
nope. Very perfect.
never would guess.
Yep. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. For some, summer is their favorite season. Travel picks up, kids are out of school, and adventure is the focus. For others, juggling it all can be tough and can lead to overwhelm and counting down the minutes until the kids are back in school. And many worry they're wasting the days of sunshine. But you gotta take care of yourself in the summer. I know that there's so much excitement around summer, but people can be out of their routine, things change. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally, and it works. With an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. You don't have to say yes to everything this summer. Find support in therapy. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/office. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/office.
Okay, still 3-2. Question number 10. This is to Ria and Fran. I'm going to play a movie clip, and you tell me what movie it's from.
I don't make the rules and I don't enforce anything, and I am not in charge of the situation in this room. You are. But you are not in charge of what is happening out there. And what is happening out there is a rapid cross-coordination of law enforcement and digital media, which is all leading quite inevitably to your imprisonment.
I believe it's Begonia.
I never saw it, so if that's the case, then I trust you.
All right, Begonia, final answer.
Correct.
Nice.
Dang.
I don't know if I would have gotten that. That
That's
did
a
not
weird
sound like
movie.
her to me at all.
What
Really?
actress is that?
Yeah.
Emma Stone.
Oh, that is Emma Stone?
Yeah.
She's got
Yeah.
a different, her voice sounds different.
Oh, I feel like it's so Emma Stone.
It is very awesome.
4-2. Ria and Fran. Question number 11 to me and Jake. Shout out Emily from DC. In the movie The Notebook, what prompts Allie to go back to Seabrook and see Noah for the first time after their breakup?
Oh, I just saw this.
Isn't it? She sees a house in the newspaper.
Yeah, he was standing with the new house that he got.
We're getting married right there. We got
I
to
know.
this.
Yeah, we're getting married at the American Theater where they had their first date. So we got to know.
Cute.
15 seconds.
Okay, lock it in, Jacob.
Lock in. She sees the house in the newspaper.
Correct.
Nice. Love
There
it.
you go. Okay, question number 12. This is to Ria and Fran. Shout out Bethany from Boston. On Southern Hospitality, what is Grace Lilly's catchphrase?
It's wavy, baby.
Dang it.
Final answer.
Correct.
Love it.
I just drove home from Mackinac Island. I think I heard that for like 2 hours. So, yeah.
Okay, 5-3. And this is question number 13 to me and Jake. Shout out Maeve from Boston. If in Taylor Swift's song Death by a Thousand Cuts, what does Taylor ask the traffic lights?
Gosh. The lyrics is just never going to come to me.
I got nothing.
Traffic lights. All right. Racing Death by a Thousand Cuts. Oh, gosh. That sucks because my fantasy football team is Death by a Thousand Punts by Shaq.
Wow.
Wow, that's a good one.
What does she sing? What does she sing about?
No clue.
10 seconds.
Why do they keep blinking?
Make something up. Yeah.
Why do they keep blinking? Final answer.
Incorrect.
This Taylor thing is
I don't know. The lyrics just always, I
Never
just
happen.
can't get them.
I don't know. Make a guess. Do I go?
Yeah.
Do I go? Final answer.
Incorrect. If it'll be all right.
Okay.
I often ask that.
Okay.
All right, 5-3, Ria and Fran. So me and Jake are going to have to get the next two right to send to overtime. Question number 14 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Lindsay from Pittsburgh. In Harry Potter, what's the first name of the driver of the night bus?
Fuck, does he drive? I'm gonna say Stan, but I don't know if he's the driver. Final answer.
Incorrect.
Dang.
Kelly,
Do you know
did
it?
say this was kind of hard.
Yeah.
I thought it was Stan, actually. I know his last name.
It's the old guy with the big glasses, right?
Oh, right. Stan was the night bus driver. I mean, he was the attendant. Like,
Yeah.
15 seconds.
Take it away, Ernie. That's what
Yeah.
Ernie.
Nice. Ernie, lock it in.
Correct.
Nice pull.
Ernie
Take it away,
Prank.
Ernie.
Wait,
I
yeah,
was
way to
thinking
get
about
that
that
Jamaican
that
head
head.
in there.
Yeah.
Take it away, Ernie.
Gonna be a bumpy ride.
Okay, 5-4. Final question here.
Damn.
Chance to send it overtime.
Go.
Question number 15. Shout out Amy from Atlanta and also Riley and Ryan. In Friends, Chandler says, I just don't want to be one of those guys that's in his office until 12 o'clock at night worrying about the weenus. What does WENUS stand for?
Weekly estimated net usage system. Final answer.
Correct.
God damn.
Wow.
That was about the
Damn,
best
sending it
category we
to
could've gotten
overtime.
to get there.
Damn.
Okay.
Shit.
Polly D.
Oh,
Lumen Large.
Thriller.
Yeah, fuck. fucking hell, mate. Come on.
Okay, overtime is 3 questions. We just kind of continue on. We always kind of fudge up the overtime rules, but it's you guys started, so we'll continue 3 questions, and then if it goes on from there, it's like it's just basically a shootout.
Got it.
So
Sounds good.
Noah.
All right. So the first question is then, are we going to do the Rotten Tomatoes thing or no?
Oh, I forgot about
Oh,
that.
yeah. We did that once.
I forgot about that.
What?
Remember we were like,
That we-
just like for who goes first, we do another Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, right.
Okay, then let's do the movie Long Shot with Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron.
Okay. Mia, you could guess
Who's
first.
going first? I'll
Yeah,
go first.
we'll go same order.
Long shot. I feel like Charlize wouldn't do a bad movie. So I'd give it. Let's do 72.
Ria.
I'm going to go 41.
Yeah, I was gonna go low. Go 30.
52.
82.
Oh
Damn.
my god.
High
Wow.
score.
Damn.
Mia's closest again. Okay, question number 1 to me and Jake. Shout out Lauren from Indianapolis. What is the name of Chad Michael Murray's character on Gilmore Girls?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a good question.
He calls her. I know he calls her Mary. Shoot. Tristan, right? Okay.
All I know is Dean, and that's the only one I know.
Okay, we'll go with Tristan. Final answer.
Correct.
Oh,
All
your
right.
sister's proud of me, Jacob.
They would.
Okay, 1-0 in overtime. Question number 2. Shout out Bethany from Boston. In My Life with the Walter Boys, why did Cole stop playing football?
He got hurt. I don't know. Is that like this most typical answer ever?
I didn't watch. I don't know.
Why did he stop playing? An injury. Final answer.
Can you be more specific?
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh man, I was afraid of that.
I mean, I
Broke his leg.
don't even know what show this
I
is.
don't know what.
Like specific in how he got the injury.
Oh. I don't
5
remember.
seconds.
I'm gonna say car accident. Injury from a car accident. Final answer.
Incorrect.
Oh jeez,
Jake.
I haven't seen any of these. It's just, ugh.
Is it like a love show?
Yeah, it's like a
Is he
really.
doing something for the girl or something?
I don't know, like twisted ankle or broken ankle. I don't know.
Twisted his ankle running after the girl.
Girl. Beautiful.
Incorrect. He injured his leg skiing.
Oh well,
Damn.
that was
I'm
Walter.
a right
I don't
back.
recall. I don't recall.
Question number 3. Shout out Allie from Rhode Island. It's to me and Jake. In High School Musical, Chad says that if Troy plays basketball, he will end up on a cereal box. Where does Chad say Troy will end up if he sings in musicals?
I don't know.
Dang it. Okay. Where would he end up? I don't know, like maybe a milk carton, because he's
Sure.
missing.
He's going missing after.
15 seconds.
Well, I don't know where else people
No.
put their faces.
Yeah, I know. I agree. Let's just go with that.
Milk
Lock
carton.
it in.
Final answer.
Incorrect.
Okay.
He says, "Do you want to?" Because he's like, "You'll end up with cereal boxes, and if you do, you'll end up in." Did he say like in Twinkletown?
I don't. Your guess is as good as mine here.
I don't know.
10 seconds.
You'll end up in Twinkletown.
I don't know.
I really hope that's the answer.
Final answer.
Incorrect. He says you'll end up in your mom's refrigerator, not on it, in it.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Burn.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right,
I remember. Damn.
that's it.
Good game, guys.
my
Well
gosh.
done.
Wow.
A thriller.
Well done.
Comeback.
Yes.
Great game.
6-5.
I'm gonna get reprimanded for that Pauly D thing when we hang up.
All right. My High School Musical.
No, I mean, I
yeah.
could have gotten that.
Yeah.
I should have gotten
Yeah.
that Harry Potter one too.
Dang it. Well deserved, guys. Great
Well
game.
played.
And
Well played.
congratulations
Good
as
luck.
well. We're so happy for you guys.
Thank
Yes,
And
congrats.
you get shirts that say that
Yes.
you beat us. So congrats on that as
Perfect.
well.
We'll wear them at our wedding. And
Yeah, right.
Here
After
in
party.
Charleston.
Yeah.
Charleston in May. Come
Love
by.
it.
Amazing.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We love you guys so much. We hope you have an amazing weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday.
Yeah, Chicks in the Office, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Look at the charts, who does it the best? Two chicks getting paid in reality.